back to my channel. I just got back home from a weekend in Walt Disney World and I thought it would be fun to do a little unpacking with me. So first I will start off with my personal item. This is the backpack I brought with me and it is substantially heavier than when I left for Orlando, but this is what I ended up actually bringing. There were a few things that ended up getting changed from the pack with me, but most of it was the same. So I'll start with my outermost pocket. I think that's what I added the most things to. So first off in here, it's like a bunch of the random stuff I had gotten on the trip. Little like souvenir things I had gotten, which I'll go over those later. So I added earplugs for the flight. Didn't end up using them, but I threw them in there anyway. I have my e.l.f. Sun Boss lipstick or lip gloss that I threw in there last minute. I have my AirPods I brought, of course, for the plane. And then I also brought my second pair of headphones. These are a over the ear one, and they're like a bone conducting type of headphone in case these got on my nerves or if they died. So I just wanted to have an extra pair. So I did throw these in last minute. And then, let's see, the face mask I already had in there. My MagSafe wallet I threw in there. I threw in a little fan that I could attach to my phone just in case I decided I wanted that. But the plane was absolutely freezing, so I did not need that. And then the last two things I added was my MagSafe charger. I was using it on the plane, so I just threw it in there. And then I had another chapstick that ended up getting thrown in there last minute. And that was everything that was in this very outer pocket. The second pocket had a little bit more in it. I added a little bit of yarn and a crochet hook just so I could crochet as I was in the airport and on the plane, and also when I was down at Florida at night. It's just like a little like scrap piece of yarn, but it was fun to just like mess with and keep me entertained. And then I brought my Kindle I threw in there. I did read some of it on the plane and at the airport in Orlando on the trip back, but I didn't use it too often. I'll probably still pack it just to have some variety because it doesn't weigh a whole lot and it's small. But that I did throw in. Let's see, I have a receipt from my Starbucks at the airport. Let's see. I had this Mickey purse in there that I thought I would use at the airport. I didn't use it. I just didn't need it. But I'll probably still bring it for future trips because I'll use it out and about, but I'll probably put it in my rollerboard next time. And then I had my MagSafe, or not my MagSafe, my big charger that I brought. I didn't end up using this at where I was staying, but I did use this at the airport to charge my phone. And then I was given this little like keychain with a chapstick inside of it, just a little like carrying case for it. So I threw that in there. And now onto the big compartment. This one is pretty stuffed. All right, so opening it up, I had my meds and hairbrush I brought. I did use some of the meds. The hairbrush never left here. The wallet never took it out of there, but I'll still bring that in the future. It was good to have just in case I wanted it. And then on the inside here, I have a lot of stuff. So I originally just had this one jacket. It was just like a random cardigan I had for the plane. But when I was at Disney, I got a second jacket. So I had that one in here as well. I actually wore it most of the time, but so I had two jackets in here. So I decided to switch out for a smaller water bottle. I didn't bring my Cinderella one. I brought this kid size one instead, just because I didn't want to lug around a big water bottle, and this was just like the perfect amount of water to drink at the airport. and throughout my trip. So I did bring this one. I have my claw clip. I did use this quite a bit. And then I have the purse I ended up using for the day that I flew home. So I'll kind of go through this guy. On this outer pocket, I just had some cash. And then in this second pocket here, I have my bag of pins, and I'll go over some of the pins I did trade for later. And then I brought my Starbucks drink cup because I did get Starbucks, so I used this. And then in the main compartment, I have my Disney sunglasses I brought. And then the only other thing is my food medicine bag, which this did come in handy. I used the hand sanitizer, I used like the dairy pills, the hand sanitizer, and I did use the straw. So this is definitely something that I found very useful. I brought it with me every day. So I would definitely recommend making yourself a little food bag because it was very, very nice to have and just super convenient. Alright, and then I did bring a little baggie of snacks with me. I brought like Crystal Light grape energy drink powder I could put in my water, and I brought some granola bars. I didn't end up eating any of them, but it's one of those things I would prefer to have brought them and not eat them than be starving on my trip. So did not end up using them, but again, I will always pack those in the future. And so the next thing that is in here is some treats. I was at a dessert fireworks party. I had food allergies, so they gave me some extra desserts. I got a fudge brownie and a chocolate cookie. I just went ahead and brought them, the leftovers ones, home with me. So those just got it in here just in case if I wanted them as a snack on the plane home. But I didn't end up eating them, so they're still in here. And then I have my foldable cane that I threw in here. I have ankle problems, so I do travel with my cane. I end up using it quite a bit. Thankfully, I only needed to use it a little bit on this trip, but it did get packed in my personal item. And the last thing in here is literally just my work stuff. I work remotely, so I just brought my work stuff just in case my plane got canceled or delayed at all. So the only thing left in here is my laptop, like a webcam, and like my headset for work. But other than that, that is everything in my personal item other than my med pouch on the outside, but that didn't change at all. And so that is everything in my personal item. Now let's unpack my carry-on. Alright, so next up we are going to unpack my checked bag. So I brought the Away bigger carry-on, and when I left it still had some room. Now I literally had to sit on this bag to get it to close. I did a little bit of shopping. So let's open this guy up. Ooh. It's definitely a lot heavier now. So let's start on this side. So most of the side is the same. Still have my travel hairbrush. I did go to Kendra Scott, so that stuff is in here, but I'll open that up later. I did add a jewelry box with some jewelry to wear for the trip. Most of this, honestly, I didn't end up using, so I probably can bring a smaller case next time, but who knows, I'll probably still bring this one. And then I also threw in a silicone mat and my wand in case I wanted to do my hair. I did not end up doing that at all. It was hot, humid, and rained, so I didn't end up using it, but I did bring that with me. My toiletry bag I still put in here on the flight home. And then let's see. Only extra thing I threw in was like my charger for my work laptop, but that did not get used. I have my glasses I brought. I did use these at night when I took out my contacts, but those got thrown in here. I have my heels I wore for the wedding event we went to. And then I also added this. It was just like a case of like hair bows and accessories that I wanted for the trip. So I did bring that. And then in here is still just my little wedding bag I brought. I got so many compliments on this bag, so I was very happy I brought it. And then inside, just to like save space, I had like my other toiletry box that I put in there. But this was definitely something really fun to use. It looked really cute with my outfit, so I will definitely be looking forward to using her more in the future. I have another trip in July, so I might bring her. I'm not 100% sure yet, but she might come. We'll see how that goes. Now, this other side is the side that is exploding. So first off, in this pouch here, I have my Cinderella fanny pack. This is something I decided to add in just because it went with my outfit better than the backpack. So I did decide to use her. It's just the Cinderella themed fanny pack, and then I have a little Cinderella charm on it. So I did use her for this trip. And then I just have my charger for my phone. It folds up really nicely. But on here, I was able to charge my phone, my Apple Watch, and my headphones all at once. And it folds up nice and small. And that's my travel one, so it just kind of lives in there. Now, to this side, I have the packing cube of all those clothes I wore for the trip. This is just basically dirty laundry now. And then I have the pack for my fancy clothes. Again, that's basically just a laundry bag and a mint bag. But the other thing is my bags of Disney shopping. It's the last thing for this bag here. And I will go over the haul of everything I got in these bags from Disney Springs and the Disney Outlet store in another video. But that is everything I packed for my trip. Everything that actually made it to Orlando, and then everything I decided to bring back home. So thanks for watching. See you next time for that haul of all the little goodies I got at Disney World.